It didn't overtake you, you gotta keep on moving, continue improving. Motivate yourself, stay true to what you do. It takes a whole lot of stride, it won't come overnight. When the battles arise, continue to fight. If you stay on your grind, things will manifest in time. Yes, they will. Stay on your grind and things will manifest in time. Welcome in, family of overcomers. Once again, you are now zoomed in to the True Dialogue Podcast. I am your host, Queen SGV Miss T, the Valley Girl. Give yourselves what? A round of applause, because I always appreciate everyone being here with me tonight. I sincerely do. I am just going to get this shared out to a few people here. And, you know how I go. Search. Because I had some people request me to send them the live when I went live. I like supporters. When people support, I've had some technical difficulties. I've been saying this. I've been in and out of here like 11 times. If we don't fall in line today, guess what? It is what it is. I'll try again tomorrow. If at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again. Pick yourself up and try again. Yeah. But I'm not going to sit here. I got other things to do, boo. I got other things to do, boo. But I certainly enjoying. I certainly enjoy being here with you all. I probably need to cut my light on because I'm getting some granny in the live stream. And that happens. Now, hopefully everything is good on this end. Still not seeing my light. There we go. So everything is good there. Yay, boy. Looks like we might be on our way. I think my technical issue was I had a lot of apps open in the background. And I was going live, trying to go live. And I had apps open in the background. So I don't know. Right now, I'm having an issue once again on Facebook with my camera. Hopefully that picks up, but I'm not bagging out again because this is affecting my YouTube. It's affecting my Twitch. It's affecting my Kick account. I went into my Kick account and it was just like multiple posts. I was trying to set them private, trying to delete them, couldn't do either one, and I'm just like, okay. At this point, I'm over it. At this point, see, I almost hit something I shouldn't have hit. I don't know what the issue is with my camera here on Facebook. I just don't know what the issue is. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I've logged off, went back in, and it's not gonna change. That's what it's not gonna do. It's something to do with my camera, but that's okay. You guys will hear my voice, and you'll get the dialogue. And hey, I'll repost the video once I'm done because we are recording. Let me go ahead and cut the light on. All right, we are back. My voice is kind of out. I am learning as I go and going as I grow. Slow progress is better than no progress. So I'm not going to take a rest. Slow progress is better than no progress. So I am not going to take a rest. Family of overcomers, as you see, I got some new things going today. Today we are going to be talking about some news around the nation. Of course, I have these videos
they're relative to relationships. One to me is very inspirational. One to me is funny. And one to me should be an eye opener to the wife. Of course, I'll give you my word of encouragement for today. We have some entertainment and social media news that we will be discussing today. I don't get caught up in all of this, but I'm going to talk about some of this stuff today. ADAM22 says some things on No Jumper, and his panel of co-podcasters were like, I tell you, I was like, what? A lot of people say Adam is the police or he's working for the police. I don't know. I'm not going to say yes or no. I will say this, and I've said it before. That man can't make anything, that man can't make anybody say anything. He can't. As much as people want to talk about Crip Mac, this, that, and the other, I have to give Crip Mac his props. He's a pretty good interviewer. He knows how to redirect or fall in line and be comical. He doesn't give like direct answers. Someone else I seen do an interview on there. I think the young man's name is Jay Hood. No, Drakeo. I watched Drakeo, old footage, rest in peace, Drakeo. I watched some old footage of Drakeo when he was on No Jumper, and he did an awesome interview too. He wasn't answering any questions. He was just kind of there. You know, you got to know how to do this stuff. You got to know how to redirect the questions. I don't know. But we got the clip of what ADAM22 said. And then there's a young man, Munchie B. I guess you could say he's going viral for a comment he made on Clubhouse. I'm going to play the comment he made on Clubhouse relative to Drakeo's unaliving. I don't be in the real streets, but I be in these social media streets. I threw the rag in on the streets a long time ago. See, you put yourself in compromising situations, compromising things will happen. When you stay out the way, you stay out the way. At any rate, I'm using this footage for educational purposes. A lot of the content that you're seeing, I'm bringing in so that you will be able to follow me when I do the series that I'm going to do on RICO indictments, the war on the streets. I'm going to do that because I want to share some knowledge with everyone about a few things I know about law. I've kind of studied and just reiterate some things, but that's nor here nor there. Then we got KOKANE and SNOOP. I love what SNOOP said. Boy, do I love what SNOOP said. We will talk about that. As if you know, you know. I worked with Coca before. We're going to get into that, and I've met Snoop several times. We'll get into that. So this is going to be fun. We got some news around the nation. I got some videos for y'all today. So just stay seated, get your popcorn, grab your cocktail, do whatever you want to do, but stay zoomed in. Let's get our encouraging word of the day. All right. Let's get our encouraging word for this episode. Comes from Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It's a biblical passage highlighting that spiritual decline occurs when people reject or ignore God's law and intimate knowledge of him. It signifies an active rejection of divine understanding, leading to destruction rather than a mere absence of information, often referring to a lack of knowledge of God's nature and the word. And I want to add this as well. So the scripture is not referring to secular knowledge. It's referring to scriptural knowledge. Again, knowledge of God, your relationship with God, your knowledge of God. However, I want to say this for me. For me, when we look at that scripture saying, my people perish for a lack of knowledge, right? And we understand that means that it could destroy a person, it can break a person, it can ruin a person spiritually. For me, when I look at the word of God in scriptures like this, most all scriptures that I look at, I believe they apply across the board. And you're going to hear me repeat this scripture as I go out this throughout this episode, and especially when I do the segment on RICO indictments, the war on gangs. I believe this happens all the time. People perish for a lack of knowledge. A lot of people cannot read. A lot of people don't care to read. They're too lazy to read. And then you have those who don't understand what they read. I love the way Lou Rawls said it. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And so when we see it saying, our people perish for lack of knowledge, this verse is commonly used to stress the importance of studying scripture, seeking spiritual truth, and maintaining a close relationship with God to avoid spiritual ruin. And I applied that to my life as well. Knowledge is power to a great degree, right? I want to study. I like to study. I like to do research. I want to seek the truth, which means in my research, I'm looking to see if the research is biased or non-biased. I'm looking at viable, reliable resources like Center for Disease Control, for example. If I were doing a study on diseases, if I was doing research on diseases, looking at governmental websites, okay, DOJ and reportings and things like that, because I want the truth. I'm a truth seeker. And so I believe that a lot of people, they fail, and this by no means is judging anyone. They fail because they don't get the knowledge. And then they reject it when someone does give it to them. In another scripture, the Bible says, a fool finds no joy in learning. People, we have to stop being foolish. So remember, don't perish for your lack of knowledge, because our people perish for a lack of knowledge. I have a fun fact for you today also. I have a fun fact for you today also. So, Ralph Lauren Polo and Polo Association, I always thought they were one in, there we go, got our viewing on. There we go. I always thought they were one and the same, but come to find out, they are absolutely not. See what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. Our people perish for a lack of knowledge. Now, for the longest, I thought they were the same. I don't need to say that again, right? I thought they were the same brand. You see, and they're not. And so I did the research. I wanted to find the truth, so I did the research and I found the truth. And no, they're actually not. But I did find some interesting information regarding this. Yes, I did. Unbelievable. I did find some interesting information regarding this, and I want to share it because I'm just Getting alive out here, y'all. I'm just getting alive out here. That's what I'm doing. Y'all know what I do all the time. All the time. All the time. Gotta get it out there. Gotta get it out there. Gotta get it out there. In the meantime, let me just say that this content is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Period. So don't do no extras. Don't go out there doing no extras. But boy, we're gonna unpack some things today. I have some things that I want to share because I believe they need to be shared. So let those who have eyes to see, those with an ear to hear. And hopefully some people can pick up some things that they will find useful. Because a lot of us spend our time in the streets hustling and bustling. You got gang banging. I think it's, to me, well, I don't know if it's at an all-time high, because back in the in the 80s and 90s, boy, oh boy, oh boy. But we got a lot of news going on across the nation as well. Y'all know a 7-year-old was robbed at gunpoint. Like, that's crazy. So we're going to get into all of these things. I'm just, again, sharing this out. And bam, there we go. All right, now that that is done, we got our footage going. I'm feeling good in the hood today. Fun fact. So back to Ralph Lauren. So Ralph Lauren Polo does not own U.S. Polo Association. They are two distinct related entities with a history of legal battles over trademark usage. Wow. And I'm sure you all can understand why I always thought they were owned by the same person, because their trademark is the same. I got on my Polo Association. Y'all go out there and say what y'all want to say. I can go get me some Polo by Ralph Lauren if I want to. Then had it, mama, grandmama, all that, done wore it for years. I'm in this because I like it. It was cute at any rate. They had a legal battle over trademark usage. Ralph Lauren is a luxury lifestyle brand, while Polo Assassin is the official, watch this, licensing arm of the United States Polo Association, USPA, a nonprofit organization. Isn't that interesting? That was so interesting to me. And so US Polo actually Association has been around since the 1800s, while Ralph Lauren Polo has only been around since, I believe it said the 1900s, like 1940. So that is our fun fact for today. Moving right along, because time don't wait and the world don't either. Let's get into this relationship content. This video, well, I'll go back. I'll go forward to backwards. So let's see what I got up first. Let's see what we have on the chopping block first. So first on our chopping block, far as this relationship situation, is one woman talking to her friend. Her friend and her dude were going through some things, and so, you go to your girl house and chit chat about it. And what the friend told her homegirl is going to surprise you. She said, girl, it is going to surprise you. At any rate, let's get into this. I'm not even going to spoil the fun. Let's check out the content. And remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. I definitely want to know what y'all think about this, honey.
I just got a question. So my partner just came over and she's sitting here, I guess her and her dude going through it. And I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, girl, why the hell this dude come in the house and I understand you work a 16-hour shift. He talking about what's to eat. And I'm like, nothing. I ain't cooked today. I'm tired. It's Sunday. This, that, whatever. And now me and him sitting here arguing, talking about, see, if I go get another woman and shit, you gonna be mad. See, if I go do this, that, and the third, you gonna be mad, da 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 da. And she said, he pissed me off, so I came over here because I'm like, girl, I ain't got time to hear that. I say, so let me see if I get this straight. You ain't cooked the man nothing? You ain't even make a man a sandwich, nothing? And she was like, nah, I was tired. I'm chilling on Sunday. And I said, well, baby, I'm gonna be honest, you better than me. I say, cause you telling me that man worked 16-hour shift at the plant. It's Texas, so it's cold as hell outside. And I know he tired, probably been going up and down the stairs, the whole shebang, the whole night. I know he tired. And you ain't make him nothing. I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. You gonna get your man took. And she was like, are you serious? Like, what kind of shit is that to him? I said, you gonna get your man took? She said, how so? I said, cause this why. You see them yams?
Right. I know that's right. Hold up,
baby,
man.
that's Jiffy. That ain't.
Y'all keep playing out here in these relationships, man. Listen, let me guess. She'll pick me, right? She'll pick me for keeping it gutter like this. And stop it.
Store-bought. You see that cabbage and sausage with that fat meat cut up in it?
Come on, man.
You see that pot of rice?
Come on, man.
Matter of fact, you see them smothered meatballs in there?
Come on, man.
I guess I'm old school because that's ready for him after a 16-hour shift. Oh, and I got a bottle in the freezer just in case he ready to get his cocktail on and get his little drink on. Plus, I got him a bag of that Loud just in case he want to get his smoke on. So yeah, and I took my shower and I got waxed today. So yeah, I'm down for whatever he on. So yeah, and she was like, I ain't got time for that. I said, hold up. Question, how old you is again? She was like, I'm 31. I said, oh, maybe that's what it is. I said, babe, I'm over 40. And that's just what we do over here.
That's the cheat code.
And she was like, I thought you was gonna be on my side. I say, I'm just being honest. If I was a man and you ain't have it ready for me, I'd have cussed you out too. Am I wrong for that? Or am I tripping?
Now, if you know, you know. I don't think she's wrong for that. There is about 10-year age difference, and if any of you have seen, there is this viral trend going around called the Young 304 phase, whatever they want to call it. But to me, it's just lazy. It's slothfulness. Apparently, they don't sort the clothes. They throw them all in. They don't wash the dishes. And you have dishwashers. They wash the dishes one dish at a time. They don't let the car warm up. They don't do this. They don't do that. Seems to me they don't do anything. And one content creator said they lazy. That's trifling. I'm not going to comment on that. I will say this. I don't think she was wrong. The friend came over there to get away from her boyfriend because she felt she didn't have time for that. She was frustrated or whatnot. And her homegirl kept it real. As far as I'm concerned, her homegirl kept it 1,000. That's the way I see it. She kept it a buck, as they say. And I think that's a good thing because sometimes we need to know. And we know it's a lot of relationship talk going on today. What men want, what women want, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I say this. Whatever balances your relationship out and works for you, works for you. I'm like her. I'm old school. I'm a cook. Especially if you done went to work 8 to 12 hours. Baby, you got a meal coming home. I'm not mad at her. No, girl, you were not wrong at all. You were on point as, hey, you should have been. You were within your rights to let her know. That's your friend. But we go to our friends for stuff, and then when they tell us what we don't want to hear, we want to say they're hating this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. We got to stop saying people are hating just because they don't tell us what we want to hear. The truth is the truth at the end of the day. I'm a truth seeker. Please don't pacify me with a lie. Hurt me with the truth. Do not pacify me with a lie. Hurt me with the truth. That's how I see it. I can handle the truth. A lot of people say they can handle the truth, but they don't. They get their panties in the bunch. And a lot of people want people to just side with them no matter what. That's not genuine love. That's not genuine love at all. But you want a yes ma'am and a yes sir around you just because, and when they don't agree with you, you feel like that's not my girl, that's not my boy. You will want some people around you that are going to correct you in love. Like as the Bible says, open rebuke is better than secret love. And that doesn't mean you go and front a person off, you embarrass them, you degrade them. That's not what that scripture means. And I believe that is Proverbs 27:5. What that scripture means is, if you love someone, you're going and you see them going in the wrong direction, doing something that's going to be detrimental to them, etc., you're going to lovingly go to them and talk to them in hopes of them correcting or not doing whatever it is they have going on, versus knowing what they got going on, seeing them doing what they doing, and then you don't say anything. You probably go talk to them, talk about them behind their back, but you're not saying anything to them. So, nah, she wasn't wrong. I thought that was so funny. I really did. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. Let's see. The next video I'm going to show you it was very inspirational to me. When we talk about marriage and relationships, and that's another thing the young girls say. I call the new generation of men and women YGs, young guys and young gals, because if they want to be young gangsters or young gangstresses, that's cool, but I don't want to call them the NIGGA, and I'm definitely not going to call a young woman a bad bee, because you all know where I stand with that bad bee mentality. At any rate, when we talk about marriage, our vows say for better or for worse, through sickness and in health, rich or poor, till death do us part. This next video was so inspiring to me. I mean, it made tears well up in my eyes. This wife is just, this is the definition of unconditional love, agape love. And as I was saying, the young generation of women say they're not marrying for till death do us part anymore. Don't get married, don't date, just stay out the game. But this video right here, very touching. Let's take a look.
What you're going through is called sundowning. It's where you go through this phase where you don't understand anything. You get in a very confused state where you don't understand what's going on, where you're at, or who's around you. I'm your wife. Those are your kids. And you're at home. Okay?
Okay.
You had a heart attack, baby, and you lost oxygen to the brain. When you lost oxygen to the brain, it made you lose your memory of 24 years, okay? So sometimes you remember me, sometimes you don't. You having a moment, okay? You're gonna be all right.
Your name?
My name is LaShonda.
Okay. And the reason you got me is I don't still work at EPS. You know that, right?
Yeah, you're off right now because you have a disability.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
Right.
Like I say, this is the first time I'm eating anything. I've been here all day. Nobody said nothing, so.
Right, baby. I say something every day, all day.
Well, this is the first time I'm waking up on somebody else's house. Or as I know, I mean, maybe at first I was thinking, I don't know.
No, you just lost your memory. And then your short term overlap your long term. So sometimes you don't remember what happened a few minutes. Sometimes it's all day.
So
Sometimes
what year this is?
it's 2026.
So I'm 48.
Yep.
Next time I want to tell somebody they was you and y'all, I don't know what's going on. I'm just chilling. I see I'm in my old house where I used place to stay, so, or it looked like it, so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Right. Well, I'm here. I'm your wife, and I love you. And I'm going to take care of you and make sure that you're cared for, okay? All right? And any question you have or anything you want to know, I'm here to answer. All right? We have pictures, we have memories that I can show you to kind of help. You can ask me anything from a time frame. I don't mind answering. But you only remember being the age of 24. So you lost 24 years of memory.
So I'm 48.
Mm-hmm. So see, you're doing good. You remember your age. All right? I love you.
Like I said, that video to me was so encouraging, because anybody can go through a situation, and when you get married, the recanting and standing on your vows, always keeping them in the forefront of your mind, is so important, because anything can happen to anyone at any second. And a lot of times, who we marry today is not going to be the same person 5 years from now. Someone can get married today, and the next day, next week, next month, next year, their husband or their wife can take a turn for the worse. It only takes a second for a traumatic situation to happen. The Bible says that love is patient. I love how patient she was with him, and reassuring she was with him when she spoke with him. 48 years old. I pray he does get his coherence back, his mind back, and that things don't take a turn for the worse. That was, like I said, so enlightening. It was really a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see, especially in today's times, because people run out on you. We see what's going on with Jaden oh we see what's going on with Jaden Ivy's wife, right? You see the video he did. He like, these are the people that love me. These are people that say they love me, right? He said, but they're showing what side they really stand on. So that was interesting. I want to pull up this next video. For some reason, I cannot seem to find it. It should have been here. But I definitely want you guys to see this video, because this video was awesome as well. It was funny. She molded. The next video I'm going to show you, she was moved it. Her husband was like, I need some rest. And she obviously is not providing him rest. This video should serve as an eye-opener. And I hope that she got it. Because let's check it out. Let's check it out once it gets loaded. Yeah, I hope that she got it, because he was dead serious. She said, you sleeping in the car, is your life that bad? Is your life that bad? While that video is loading, let's go ahead and get our disclaimer out the way before we get into the good stuff, because I know that's what y'all here for. Let's do it.
Warning: adult language content may be sensitive to audience. Viewer discretion advised.
Viewer discretion is advised. This content may be sensitive to some audiences, because there's a bit of profanity in here today. I don't cuss, but it's a bit of it, and I'm not going to cuss. But yeah, like I said, we're going to get into the news, Offset, Then got shot. I'm gonna tell y'all why he got pew-pewed to the 2-2. You know, Gucci Mane, he done got ROBBED, and people talking about he a snitch. I'm gonna give you some information on that as well. And then you all know about the lady that I'm not gonna spoil the fun because this was so fun. But let's check this woman out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't be shy.
Sick and worried. And this man is sitting in this car. Really?
Oh, he knocked out.
Really? Really? Seriously? Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car?
Huh?
Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
Dang.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car? Is your life like that difficult? Why don't you come inside? For an hour you've been out here? You've been out here for an hour?
It looks like it. I just need to rest.
Do you want me to bring you something?
Peace and quiet.
Peace and
Come
quiet.
inside, baby.
No.
Come on.
No. Just close the door, please. Just close the door.
Well, I'm gonna come and sit next to you.
No.
He said no. She said, "You been in the car for an hour." He said, "I guess so." No. Leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered with you. He said, "I don't want to be bothered." He said, "I need peace." She said, "Is your life that bad?" And see, this is why I say, hopefully that was the eye opener for her, because maybe his life is not that bad, but you get on his last nerve. Obviously, he feels like he can't sleep. He can't be in his own house and get no rest because you're going to bother him. And we see that that's what it is, because he in the car and he's telling you, "I need peace. I'm out here because I need rest." And instead of you going back in the house, you say, "I'm going to get in the car." Let the man get some rest, woman. Let the man rest. Okay? Let the man rest. That's just that. Let the man rest. Now on to our news. And again, we've seen a lot of indictments going down. I'm telling y'all, the feds they're moving. And if anyone is not aware, if you're not paying attention, pay attention. If you're out there in the streets, if you robbing, stealing, pew-pewing, scamming, whatever, if you out there in the streets hustling, whatever it is that you are doing, be aware that all local law enforcement agencies are working with all federal law enforcement agencies. And again, when I do the series on RICO indictments, war on gangs, I'll get into what the federal agencies are, because there are a lot of federal agencies as it relates to you have federal agencies that govern and oversee employment, parks and recreation. I believe that's like wild game. We know ATF, DEA, HLS, these agencies, right? And all of these different agencies. And so you got a federal, the agency that governs credit reporting agencies. So federal law supersedes state law. federal law supersedes all law. A person can implement a law equal to or more strict, but not less. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm saying that to say recently, law enforcement agencies in San Gabriel Valley, specifically Pasadena, California. Now, note, multi-agency raid targets Pasadena street gang. They came up with 8 arrests and 8 illegal, they say, firearms. Now, Pasadena police chief, the African American man, Gene Harris. And one thing I love about Pasadena is because Pasadena has a lot of black leadership. I believe their fire chief is black also. So I think I love that. And they're very culturally centered. Very culturally centered. They have the Martin Luther King parade every year. Hopefully they still did that. They do that. Of course, everyone knows they have the Rose Parade every year. They have a DB1 game, the Rose Bowl football game every year. They do the fireworks show at the Rose Bowl, which is down there at Brookside Park. That's where I learned how to swim at. Every year, I believe, hopefully they're still doing that because they've been doing that for years. I mean, since I was a little kid. And my understanding, I know they didn't do it because of the Eaton fires last year, but hopefully they bring that back. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's see what the reports say. Pasadena Chief Gene Harris said the multi-agency operation aimed to disrupt gun trafficking networks and the violent criminal activity they support. It says pre-dawn, multi-jurisdictional raid led by the Pasadena Police Department resulted in the arrest of 8 alleged members of the Pasadena Denver Lane Bloods street gang. Now, I want you to be clear on something. When they say multi-jurisdictional, this raid spanned across several different cities and counties. Let me say that again. This raid spanned across several different cities and counties. Jurisdictional raid led by Pasadena Police Department resulted in the arrest of 8 alleged members of the Pasadena Denver Lane Bloods street gang and the seizure of 8 firearms, including an AK-style rifle. This took place early Thursday morning. The operation executed at 3 in the morning, on April 2nd, targeted what police described as an ongoing gun trafficking network associated with the gang. Warrants were served simultaneously at locations spanning multiple jurisdictions across Los Angeles and San Bernardino counties. So that means at 3 a.m., they hit all of these locations, all 10 locations at once. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom! I've been there before, been there, done that. The multi-agency effort represents our continued commitment to disrupting gang trafficking networks and the violent criminal activity they support, said Police Chief Gene Harris in a statement issued through the department. The professionalism and collaboration among all participating agencies were essential to the safe and successful execution of this complex operation. The raid was spearheaded by the Pasadena Police Department Street Crime Unit, which was formed in May 2023 to combat street-level criminal activity. The unit was supported by tactical teams from 9 partner agencies: the Arcadia, Azusa, Baldwin Park, Burbank, El Monte, Irwindale, all in San Gabriel Valley, and Upland Police Department. Upland is in San Bernardino County, as well as the San Bernardino County Sheriffs. And here's a federal agency and the United States Marshal Pacific Southwest Regional Fugitive Task Force. During the simultaneous service of the search warrants, officers reportedly seized 7 handguns, 1 AK-style rifle. We see a lot of pew-pews happening with these AK choppers, whatever they call them. The names, ages, and specific charges of the 8 individuals arrested were not immediately released by authorities. The Pasadena Denver Lane Bloods, PDL, is a primarily African American street gang active on the west side of Pasadena with an estimated membership of 300. Federal authorities have previously described the PDL as a violent criminal enterprise. Pay attention to that. Let me say that again. Federal authorities have previously described PDL as a violent criminal, here's the word, enterprise that has existed since the 1970s and operates in and around Pasadena and the Antelope Valley. Yeah. Y'all, like I said, you heard, remember, that's the same thing they said in the Big U indictment, the same thing they said in that 18th Street, same thing they said down south. Listen, people, get on your A game. Get on your A game. And stay on your A game. Because they aren't playing. They are not playing. I'm telling you, I got some information that I'm going to give you all when I do this RICO indictments, war on gangs. Next up, now I know y'all seen this. This mess had me rolling. This had me busting up. So, a lady in Muscone County, Michigan, she wiggled her way out the police car right in front of them. They were paying no attention to her. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. She got her butt up out of there, boy. She was like, I'm out of here. She must have really been wanted for something.
Damn. Oh my fucking God, this is live. They don't even see. They don't even see. They gonna kill her. They gonna beat the fuck out of her. Look, 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 look. Look, look, look. Y'all seen it live. This is live. Oh my fucking God. They didn't see this, bro.
And then he, after it's all said and done, goes over to the car. They don't say authorities on Tuesday reportedly apprehended a Michigan woman who went viral after wiggling her way through a police cruiser window while still handcuffed in a daring getaway, according to local outlets. The shocking breakout unfolded Saturday in a Muscone Heights parking lot as police were attending the suspect's vehicle, apparently unaware of the lightning fast escape that unfolded beside them. I apologize. This is hilarious to me. Hilarious. You can't put nothing past nobody. They didn't think she would do that, but I bet you they keep their windows rolled up. The wild video captured by a witness shows the woman sticking her torso out of a partially open cruiser window, lowering herself to the ground, one leg at a time, and then bolting while still handcuffed. The Muscone County Prosecutor's Office identified the detainee as 38-year-old Kendra Aney, who was back in custody Tuesday morning. So they went back and got her. She had a outstanding parole violation warrant. She was like, I'm not going back to jail. She was like, I'm not going back to jail. I'm out of here, pal. Yeah. She had an outstanding warrant for parole violation. And so they did end up detaining her. They did get her back in custody. But I'm telling you, You cannot make this stuff up. I promise you, this is one of those stories that if you just told somebody, you'd be like, yeah, right. But we see if she can do it, anybody can do it. It really happened. So I bet that's why the police typically uh, lock keep the windows rolled up when you're in the back of those darn police cars, and it be hot in there. It's hot. Now this next story is coming out of Memphis, Tennessee. This is like super sad. Who does this? I've never in my life heard of no mess like we are really living in some different times. We are truly living in some different times. I'm just going to narrate this story to you. I don't have any video on it, and I'll go over it. So, two teens were arrested in Memphis, Tennessee for robbing a 7-year-old at gunpoint. Now, one of the teens is 16 years old, so I'm sure, and the other one is 14. So this is a 14 and a 16-year-old who robs a 7-year-old at gunpoint. Like, did you really need a gun? What? Yeah, did you guys really need a gun? For $10. Brokies. No, I'm kidding, but I'm serious. You rob a 7-year-old kid and you take his two $5 bills? You guys, boy, I'm telling you, we live in different times. And this is what happened. The suspects forced the child to the ground and pointed a black handgun at him. Then the suspects took two $5 bills from his pocket and ran into an open field. Two teens have been charged in the incident. Their names and bond information, of course, is not available. It doesn't say if they are going to be charged as an adult, but it is what it is. Now, I'm telling you, boy, all around the world, same song. Like, oh, boy, 7 years old, and y'all are 14 and 16, and you really thought it was necessary to use the gun to do that to that baby. And we wonder why people end up traumatized. Now I hope this next clip plays. I really do hope that it plays, because this was interesting. A drug raid occurred in Arizona. And I'll be covering a few other indictments that the police have been doing. They did a raid out here not too long ago. They did a raid. I apologize. They did a raid in Arizona not too long ago, and they seized a substantial amount of drugs. It was like cocaine. Oh, they said Chinese dog food, substance that's used to make spice, fentanyl, heroin. It was a large drug bust. This drug bust was heavy as well. They seized 100 pounds of cocaine. Let's see what 100. I have to see. I want to know how many keys is that. How many kilos is 100 pounds? Oh, so they got almost 46 keys. Ooh-wee. Let's look at this. Look at how much. And look at the vehicle they were in. How did you think you were going to put 100 pounds in that?
trends might get you killed. Don't matter what they say, it's how you feel. Energy don't lie when it's time to build. We all from the bottom trying to climb a hill. Scrapping up pennies just to get a meal. Cold world, cold world, cold world, cold world. Cold world we in, you gotta move different. Following trends might get you killed. Don't matter what they say, it's how you feel. Energy don't lie when it's time to build.
How did they have all of that? How did they think? I don't know. You see, the truck looks like the SUV, the vehicle looks like it's a smaller size SUV. And you guys put almost 46 keys in there. And I'm sure you had luggage and maybe blankets trying to hide it. I don't know, but this came about. So the traffic stop bells, 100 pounds, totaling 40, almost 46, 40 something keys. Anyway, 100 pounds totaling $12 million. This happened in Kingman, Arizona on the 40 freeway. A traffic stop led to more than $12 million worth of drugs being taken off the streets of Arizona. On March 11th, a trooper with the Department of Public Safety conducted a traffic stop on eastbound Interstate 40 in Kingman. During the traffic stop, the trooper says the driver of a white Toyota minivan, showed indicators of criminal activity while speaking, which led to a search of the vehicle. He showed, I don't know, okay. He said criminal activity, so I guess he must have been showed he was nervous or something, because I know whenever you're too nervous, whatever you're on those highways and byways, they will do that. During the search, the trooper found a large number of tightly wrapped packages concealed beneath rugs in the trunk. Oh, okay. Following an investigation, it was determined that the packages contained approximately 440 pounds of cocaine with an estimated street value of $12.1 million. Somebody took a serious L. Boy, I'd be mad as HELL. The driver of the vehicle and a passenger were arrested and booked into the Mojave County Jail to face charges of transportation of narcotic drugs for sale and possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, don't tell me these idiots had all that and they was out there getting high. Goodness gracious. Now, typically in the state of California, transportation holds a mandatory prison sentence. There's no probation. There's no county. There's none of that. It's a mandatory 3-year prison sentence. I don't know about Arizona, considering it's a sister state. It is similar, and considering it's that much work. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to they're looking at some serious time. And this is a situation watch this, if the feds do not pick up the case. Now, this is a situation, as I stated earlier, federal law supersedes state law. So this is a situation where those people, one of 3 things can happen. Okay? Or should I say 2 of 3 things can happen. Number 1, by them traveling and having such a large amount of drugs, it can be safely assumed that the drugs were transported across some state line or were going to be transported across a state line. At any rate, crossing state lines, and whenever you cross state lines to commit any kind of crime, is federal. Now, the amount would certainly make it something that the feds would want to pick up. So, they could potentially be looking at the feds picking this case up. So this is why I say 2 of 3 things can happen, or 1 of 3 things can happen. Here we go. Arizona State can drop the charges, or should I say turn the case over to the feds, and the feds can pick that case up and prosecute it. Or the feds can say, hey, you guys go ahead. Now, this is also a likeliness. Both agencies can prosecute them for those drugs. Yes, both agencies can prosecute them for those drugs, which means they can get prosecuted by the state of Arizona. Once convicted and sentenced, they can be tried by the United States of America, by the feds and federal court. Once convicted, if I shouldn't just say once convicted, if that happens, they would likely do their time in a state prison in Arizona and then be transferred to a federal prison to do their time. Now, it's messed up because they can be tried in the state of Arizona and convicted and then go to federal court, or they can be tried and convicted in Arizona, formally charged by the feds, however, not be heard by federal court until their state time in Arizona is up. And once they've completed their state prison time in Arizona, then they will start going to court, federal court. That's messed up. See, the system is a cold piece of work. That's why, I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts of it. The system is a cold piece of work. That's all I'm going to say. System is a cold piece of work. In Las Vegas, Nevada, 4 people were indicted for homicide. But I'm telling you, people just don't stop playing. 4 people were indicted for a homicide. Now, I really didn't get the context of this, so what I understand is 4 people are facing charges including homicide, as I stated, in the unaliving of an 18-year-old who was pew-pewed during a shootout between 2 rival gangs, which investigators solved with the help of lyrics in a rap song. See, I don't talk about this stuff just to be chit-chatting. I talk about it because there are key points that I want to make in this type of content when I create it. Like I said, my 5 key principles: edify, encourage, motivate, edify, encourage, educate, motivate, and inspire. Listen, investigators solve this crime with a rap song. And years ago, I'm gonna look that up too and cover it when I do the series on RICO indictments, war on gangs, because some years ago, in the millennium though, there was a young man in San Diego who was a rapper. And you guys know homicide has no statute of limitations. Homicide has no statute of limitations. And I think people forget that. Anyway, this rapper out of San Diego, an unaliving happened 10 years or so prior to him being arrested and convicted. However, here it is 10 years or so later, He's rapping, doing his thing. The police used his rap against him in court, and I believe he was convicted. And I'm good. Like I said, I'll follow up on that and cover that. I'll have to make a side note, but yeah, that was my point in saying that. I found that interesting, right? Yeah, rap music. Now on to Offset. But before we get into this, let's go ahead and get into this. I love when you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love
Warning. Adult language content may be sensitive to audience.
share.
Warning. Adult language content may be sensitive to
I love when you like, share, comment.
Warning. Adult language.
I'm getting a new podcast host. I am absolutely getting a new streaming host because this is so like, what is this? Oh, there we go. Finally. All I want you guys to do is like, comment, share, and subscribe. As you can see, I added some new elements to the podcast. And so, yeah, I'm excited, but I'm working out the kinks. Like I said, I'm learning as I'm going. And as I go, I grow. So I'll get back to that. That's a whole nother. Oh, my head hurts. You guys don't even understand. This is work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's work. But I enjoy it. Like I said, I fell in love with the process and I enjoy learning new things. Shout out to the live streamer, reaction podcaster, content creator, Compton Rick Rock. I watch a bit of his content and I'll consider him a virtual mentor because I pick up a lot of what he be putting down. He be dropping some cool lugs. And I'm like, let me try it out. So big ups to Compton Rick Rock. I appreciate that because I pay attention. I pick up what you're putting down, man. I picks up what you're putting down. And I certainly appreciate what you put down. So I like I said, I appreciate what he puts down. Now, y'all know Gucci Mane was pew pewed. I gotta get that out of here. Y'all know Gucci Mane was not pew pewed. See, I'm about to tell a lie. Well, I'm not about to tell a lie. I'm just saying I got off on the wrong track. So recently, Gucci Mane was robbed in Dallas, Texas by Pooh Shiesty. Now I'll be covering this story full on. I have the indictment. When I do cover this story, and I know I'm late. This was last week's viral moment everybody was talking about, and you can't get past that because here come another. Every time you turn around, it's just something. But y'all stay tuned because we're going to talk about ADAM22 MUCHIE, KOKANE, and Snoop Doggy Dogg. Yeah. Snoop is a cool dude, though. Everybody's cool. I'm cool, so Snoop is a cool dude. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on this because people are like, Gucci Mane's supposed to be a street dude. He snitched, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. And the indictment clearly says that there was one. It doesn't even state that he had two security. Let me put it that way. Now, apparently, one of his security guards were an off-duty officer. I would imagine that if one was an undercover off-duty officer, the other one more than likely was as well. So number one, I want to say this. Law enforcement agents, just like doctors and nurses, they have a pledge to public safety, health and safety. Whenever an off-duty officer sees a crime, they are obligated to report it. In this case, he was a victim in the crime. Need we really say more? In this case, he was a victim in the crime. So, of course. Then I believe it was the cameraman. It looks like he's a young man, YT man. He was there. Now, here's the biggest part of this. They got some jewelry and things like that. Okay. Most people who have liquidable assets, meaning things that they own that they can sell, trade, etc., to get tangible money, have insurance on it. Whether it be luxury handbags, jewelry, whatever. This, you got to have car insurance. Homeowners have to have homeowner insurance. Most management companies, rental agencies, apartments, etc., want you to have renter insurance. Insurance. Now, you cannot file, well, you can file a claim, but nothing's going to happen. When you file a claim with your insurance company, the first thing they're going to ask you is, do you have a police report number? Or should I say, one of the first things they'll say, did you contact law enforcement? Did you report it to the police yet? Because they need a police report number. Now, I'm not saying Gucci Mane is telling, because here recently it's being said that he's not cooperating. I'm saying that to say this. I would like to believe, and I would think, that Gucci Mane, being the person he is, having the type of jewelry that he has, would have insurance on his fine items. If he does, he had to inform the police so that he could get a police report. Now, and give it to his insurance company so that he could file a claim and be compensated. Now, if, say, he could have got the police report, he didn't have to participate at all, long as there's a police report there stating that he got robbed. Okay, so say the undercover officer, say the cameraman reported it. If they got a police report and it says his name in it, just like the indictment, Gucci Mane can also give that to his insurance company and he can get compensated. But I just wanted to say that, because everybody's talking about he's snitching, and that's why there's no gray area in life. You can't live a legal life and think that you may not have to engage in dialogue with the police. I drive public transportation, and if we're told to pull that bus over, we have to. When you look at United States Postal Service workers, and I'll talk about this again when I do the series on RICO indictments, the war on gangs. And they tell you this in training. If there are police, feds, whatever, any law enforcement agency is investigating someone, and that house that they're looking at is on your route, they may ask you to go knock on that door to see if a said individual is home. Okay? So, your car insurance. A lot of y'all, I'm not talking to, you got car insurance, and if you have full coverage, I mean, come on. If your car gets stolen and you have full coverage, if you want to be compensated for your loss, guess what? You're going to need a police report. And the only way you're going to get a police report is if the police took a report. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Because people be, stuff be just extraed out. Like, people be reading too much into things sometimes. Like I say, our people perish for a lack of knowledge. People don't know, but they know, and they just, man, whatever. Offset was pew at a Hard Rock hotel and casino in Florida. Do y'all think Offset and them, but the Migos got a gambling problem? And hey, this was so funny. First, let's read the report. Rapper Offset was shot on April 6, 2026 during an altercation in the Valet area of the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. The shooting followed a fight. So there you have it. That's why Offset was shot, because he was in a physical altercation. Man, this is crazy. He sustained non-life-threatening injuries, is in stable condition at a hospital, and is expected to recover. More than likely, this is 2 days later. If it was non-life-threatening, then more than likely he is home. The incident happened around 7 p.m. on Monday in the Valet area of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. Investigators have confirmed the shooting stemmed from an altercation, and at least one person has been detained and charged in connection with the incident. Offset is doing well. And this incident comes, like, what has it been? 3-4 years since his rap partner was unalived. So I was gonna say, someone in one of the comments said they were almost Migos. Not the Amigos, but Migo. Meaning it was down to one. And I have to look into some other things too, because I was it was said that what's his name? Oh shoot, I forget the other guy. Who? Takeoff. Is Takeoff the one that got Quavo? Takeoff, Quavo, whichever one. But anyway, it seems like they may have a gambling problem, because the one amigo who was unalive, it was at a dice game. Now here Offset is at a casino. Y'all need to stay away from gambling, because it's something about gambling environments and the Migos that don't mix. They don't mix. Something about the Migos and casinos. Migos and casinos do not mix. All right. So the moment you all have been. Oh, hold on. Before we go, let's take a look at that. I do have some footage on the shooting with Offset. Let's take a friendly look at that.
What things look like a little bit earlier. So taking you right now to some videos from Only in Dade. In that video, you can see a man lying on the ground with a police officer on top of them, while another person is being pulled away by another officer. The Seminole County Police tell us it is aware of an incident that occurred at the Valet area after 7 tonight. In this video, you can see people wandering around looking at the situation unfolding just outside, along with the police response. Now, that spokesperson for rapper Offset, who is a part of the rap group Migos, confirms that he was the person shot. That spokesperson also saying the rapper is stable and is being closely monitored. Seminole police say he was taken to Memorial Regional Hospital with non-life-threatening.
So there you have it. That is Offset on the ground. And you can see in the background where the other guy I don't think that other person was the assailant, the person that shot him, but you could see they were like trying to get to him. Probably was a friend, a homie, or whatever the situation is. But again, seems like the Migos need to stay away from the casinos. I'm dead serious. Like what they say, no cap. So here is the moment that you all have been waiting for. Yeah, buddy. Here is the moment that you all have been waiting for. I know y'all came here so y'all can find out what did ADAM22 say, what is going on with Munchie B, and what was Snoop's response to cocaine. Ooh-wee. Yeah, it got awfully quiet. But again, before we get into that, let's go ahead and have you like, comment, share, because y'all know I love when you like, comment, share, and I love when you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I tell y'all I'm doing a new thing here, and my new thing just is look at that. It just keep going somewhere. You guys get the message. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. We're gonna get into this content though. Again, before I'm gonna go ahead and delete that because I see what happened. What the smacks? What the smacks? Yep, I need y'all to do that for me. I love when you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ring. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. Well, if you go to my Facebook, but you know, it don't hurt. It don't hurt. So on to our entertainment and social media street. ADAM22 is a pistol. Like I say, people, I see it all the time on social media. They be like, Adam is the police. Adam worked for the police, whatever the case may be. I don't understand if people feel that way. Why do they constantly run up there to his podcast and be talking and calling up there and accepting his calls and doing everything they do? But hey, I don't really get into that. But I do want to show y'all something. Because he set on his show, his podcast, No Jumper, and one of his co-hosts asked him a question. Y'all take a look at ADAM22's response. Pay attention to his eyes, his facial expression, his body language, and listen to what he said. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. Again, True Dialogue viewers' voice is valued. You can call in 626-671-9205. You can remain anonymous or you can make yourself known. Check this out. This was like, whoa. I was like, oh.
Because look, you employ a lot of members, real members. Everybody at this table except for us been to the penitentiary and shit. Mm-hmm. And you think you go tell on us?
I just want to say right now that this video, I want to give credit to Culture Campus. They are a content creator as well on the social media. So I just want to make sure that I give them credit where credit was due. Go follow them on Instagram. Culture Campus. Let's go.
I would do everything possible to avoid doing that. But I mean, if we walk out here and spoke.
Okay, let me start it over since I interrupted it because I don't want y'all to miss none of this.
Because look, you employ a lot of members, real members. Everybody at this table except for us been to the penitentiary and shit. And you think you go tell on us? It's cool?
I would do everything possible to avoid doing that. But I mean, if we walk out here and Spody Face like see somebody they don't like and he shoots them, and the cops come and ask me about it,
we know we know what to expect.
I mean, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, but they keep saying civilian like you're supposed to overlook it once it's done.
It wasn't me, shit.
What am I gonna not cooperate?
I didn't see nothing, man. I was just walking in my car. Had my head down walking in my car.
No, I'm not taking part in the murder conspiracy to protect your ass just because you want to do some tweaker shit.
Your ass going down.
Hey, if you want to do a crime, don't involve a civilian.
No.
So you ain't gonna send the lawyers?
Hell no. A lawyer? It'll be like $1 million.
You ain't gonna send Justin come get me?
I mean, you need a ride?
I'm a sidebar this one. I'm gonna put that on the side because we're gonna get back to that. He, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, and let me say it with a feeling statement because everybody's feelings are valid. And if I say I feel, Adam will absolutely tell. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with anyone on these panels. I don't know these people personally. I wanted to cover this again. Informational purposes, entertainment, educational only. The young man you see right there in the frame, his name is Munchie B, and we'll be talking about him and some things that he said on Clubhouse regarding Drakeo, the rapper, being unalive. That has him going viral right now. And I'm going to speak on that only for educational and informational purposes, only because he also went on to make a statement. Now, the other gentleman, the other three guys, I believe one's name is En Jefe, and the other one sitting on the other gentleman, Spody Face. Notice how he was looking. Spody Face is the one where the exclamation mark comes up. He got quiet. It is obvious. Obvious. He said no. He straight out told them, I'm going to work with the police. I'm not going down and no, I'm not getting you a lawyer. I will cooperate. And my personal, I feel, that's exactly what he said. He just said it in a way that I know it didn't go over their heads, and they sat and laughed it off. Now, that situation Jay Reed is caught up in, or the situation he's not caught up in, let me correct myself, he's not caught up in. Apparently, he was a victim of a situation that took place at No Jumper, where the loose cannon was involved or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. If I was a person in the streets and I didn't want anybody telling on me this, that, and the third, it's one or two things I would do when it comes to ADAM22. I always say ADAM12, and that's what people call them. I wasn't even calling them that because people called them that. I would just always say ADAM12 because of the show when I was a kid. ADAM12 is just when I think of Adam and the two, ADAM12. However, if I was a person in the streets, especially an active gang member, there's one or two things I would do if I were to be interviewed on No Jumper by ADAM22, or if I were one of his co-host podcasters. Number one, I just wouldn't even go. I wouldn't even do an interview with him if I don't know how to redirect the question. Listen, you guys, Toastmasters International is a great place to learn leadership and public speaking. Get involved. I would either just not do an interview or not sit on that panel. I wouldn't be part of his co-host. And you know what they say, all money is not good money. The other thing I would do is I would just simply not be talking about things that could potentially bite me in the butt, or be around someone who has openly in your face let you know, yeah, I will cooperate. That he wasn't joking. That's why I said look at his eyes. Look at his body language, like he wasn't joking. He said don't have it around civilians. They might have took it all as a joke. And then Munchie B, when he asked the question, he says, we know what to expect. What do you know what to expect? Because I don't know what you were thinking. Let me rephrase it. I don't know what your expectation was of him. But if it was for him to have your back in the event something happened, I think you want to rethink your expectation, because clearly you said we know what to expect. I'm curious as to what is it that you know to expect when you ask him, because you asking him that says to me that you expect him not to cooperate. And clearly he let you know, don't expect me not to cooperate, because I am going to cooperate, is what he said. So again, just kill game, as they say. Just kill game. Give it up, throw in the towel. We all, maybe some of you don't know your Miranda rights. And I always say, I believe that when people hear the Miranda rights are kind of slick when you listen to them, because they say can and will. And I think a lot of people hear the can, it comes out first, can, and they get stuck right there, and it resonates in their mind as can, but won't. And will. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You guys, whether we know it or not, long before the internet got to us and social media and all these things, law enforcement had access to it first. Every law enforcement agency has somebody, several people, sitting down where they do nothing but troll social media. When you watch First 48, the first thing they do, outside of trying to get somebody's phone, if the phone was there, the first thing, ping them, get information to their phone, is go to social media. And all it takes is a street gang name. A street name. What do they call them in the street? What do they call? Who is he in the street? And then they put it in their databases, and they have a way of weeding things out, weeding people out, and focusing in on one individual to come up with whoever it is. If you guys don't like this, like, seriously, stop dealing with the man. Stop going on there. Let's go into Munchie B and what he said regarding Drakeo, what he said on Clubhouse that have people going up. I want to speak on this again because this is informational purposes. Our people perish for a lack of knowledge. Let's check out what he said. Anyway, Spotty Face, I want to give him a shout out. I don't know him personally. I did tap in with him to see about doing an interview with him, because I know that he, from what I see on his content for the most part, and as you see, even in that clip, he didn't have much to say. He just looked. His only question was, you're not going to get us a lawyer? You come get it. but he definitely pushes peace. And I heard him make a statement one time on Clubhouse where he spoke about losing a loved one, and how it impacts you and how it will change you. And so that I like that. But let's listen to this Clubhouse here. This is very quick.
Draco is dead, bro. Hey, bro.
That's
Bro.
weird.
Bro, the nigga that killed Draco, I pass the bottle back and forth to him all the time.
Now, you all heard what he said. I'm gonna play it for you again, okay? I will play it for you again. Because I want you to listen to what he said. He says, the person that unalived Draco, he passes the bottle back and forth to him all the time.
Draco is dead, bro. Hey, bro.
That's
Bro.
weird.
Bro, the nigga that killed Draco, I pass the bottle back and forth to him all the time.
Why is this important? Munchie B, I don't know you. If you see this, someone hands this to you. This by no means is an insult. Hopefully I can help you out with this one, my brother, because I heard you say that you didn't say nothing. And people are like, oh, he didn't say nothing. He didn't name a name. This is one of those situations where you said a whole lot of nothing. You know how people say you said a whole lot of nothing? A little bit can be a lot. And what you said will send the police down a rabbit hole. You are going viral right now. You have your own podcast, I believe. You sit on No Jumper. No Jumper has millions of followers. We all know, I said it before and I'll say it again, the police watch this stuff. Everywhere we are, they are, especially when it comes to social media. You said a whole lot of nothing. While you didn't say anything, who the person was, you didn't speak about the incident, so on and so on. You making that statement is enough for them to go down this rabbit hole. It is enough for them to start paying very, very close attention to you. It is enough for them to go through all your social media posts, go through anybody who's been on your podcast, anyone on No Jumper. It is enough for them to do that. Remember, homicide has no statute of limitation. And apparently, no one has been arrested in Draco's unaliving. Now, I'm not saying that you will be held accountable. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, Mr. Munchie B, and I say this sincerely from the bottom of my heart, you gave them a good lead. You gave them enough information to lead them into the rabbit hole to start digging. That's what you did. That's what you did. And I'm not knocking you. When I came across some of your content and I admired it because of all the people I like see in this arena that talk, you were one of the people I was like, you know what? He knows how to interview. He doesn't say too much. He says a whole lot of nothing. In other words, you got to read between the lines, pick up what you're putting down. I don't know a lot of it, but I know you don't be talking like that. But this statement, yeah, we may not have time today, but law enforcement has time every day to investigate, especially a homicide. I don't even think Draco's case would probably be considered a cold case. I think a case has to be so, or maybe it's just approaching, but it doesn't matter. Cold cases get solved all the time. I pray God's hedge of protection over all of you guys. The streets are cooked. Like, again, I'll be doing a series on RICO indictments, the war on gangs, and I just want to share some information, give some enlightenment, help people who are felons and ex-convicts understand their right to work, what background checks are the differences between background checks. I want to help people understand sentencing tiers and how those work, and what being sentenced concurrently and consecutively is, how priors work and prison priors and these type of things, on why we see so many people getting done in the day. The system is no longer handing out football numbers, double digit numbers. They're handing out what I call basketball numbers, triple digit plus numbers. I got a video right now of a young man who just received, I was like 45, 47 years, because he was sentenced consecutively. He got 3 years here, 12 years there, 5 years on something else. But the judge can sentence him consecutively. And that consecutive sentencing equaled 40 plus years. I'll say it that way. Whereas if it was concurrent, he would have did the max sentence and everything else would have ran with it. So this is what they're doing to us today. They're giving out football numbers. Football numbers. Yeah, just one little statement like that can make a big problem. It's like dropping a pebble in a lake. You drop a little pebble in the lake, you're going to see the water still flutter out. It's still going to move. So I just thought I'd share that and cover that. If anybody knows him, yeah, understand that. Just don't even comment. Don't be arguing with nobody. We got to control our emotions. We have to control our emotions. The Bible says so much about our behavior, and if we listen and pay attention, we'll be all right. They can't say nothing. You know, my mom always told me, if the police ever question you, your name is lawyer. I don't, and I can't recall. All right. Moving right along. Cocaine and Snoop Dogg. Recently, I've been seeing some things, and I'm like, oh, I don't get involved in that. Coca is a great guy. Snoop is a great guy. I have met both of these gentlemen. It's been a while since I've seen either one of them. I actually did a song with Coca years ago. I'm going to play that song for you guys. I met Snoop several times. Who remember when Snoop stayed in Claremont? He used to get in parties. Boy, he used to give some good parties up there in Claremont. But at any rate, it's not just from going to the parties. I've met Snoop when he was on the set of, I don't know if it was that airplane show or some sitcom or something. I forgot what it was. There, I've spoken with him on the phone when he came off the Last Meal tour. Badass, rest in peace, Badass was like, call Snoop. He said, I know your whole verse on the song you did with Coca, because Snoop played it everywhere we went. So I got Snoop's number and I called Snoop, and this is when he was starting, I believe, Doghouse Records. This is back early 2000s, like 2001 or whatever. I also had the pleasure of opening up for Snoop in Paris, California when he came off that tour. I performed a song with Silky Fine. Shout out to Silky Fine and Westside Bug. Shout out to Westside Bug. Westside Bug was actually the opening act for Snoop Dogg, and Silky Fine and I featured on a song with Westside Bug, and we performed that song at the Paris show in Paris, California, years ago, 2001, 2002, something to that effect. And so, yeah, I did the industry for a while. I can imagine how anybody would feel about a situation. And this is why you hear people on the internet, industry executive people who have been in the industry, talk about handling your business. I have nothing to say. Let me play this for you. This is the song I did with Cocaine. It is he did it. He put it on his anniversary album, and then he put it out again. I believe it's called the White Album. You guys will see the title. Let's take a listen.
Take you on a wonderful ride with me. My hood, baby. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Went over, a friend started smoking the weed, this ain't no good. They said the shit's kinda soggy, the smell ain't kicking in, the bud it tastes like wood. I say you try to play it off while you singing the straight, you don't want no more, you feel great. And then you whip out the back to that sticky green, now baby boy stop smoking that fade. I make up all these rhymes inside my head, cause it's cocaine unlimited. Say hello boys and girls, now I'ma spit a gangster tale to rock your world. It's like Ace Fapple, Chase for Jack, cause what you hop on board and I'ma take it way back to golf hats. Kroger Sacks, wake no section 8, and that's a long way. Said I come from the west side of Pomona, LA County out of California. Fuck around in the town to get your head chopped off. Then when niggas pull heat to the better not call, better not make a move. Big dummy, chop a nigga down if you breathe funny. Better treasure this game I got to give to you, my friend. It's kinda valuable, I like a sneaker boy is to a nigga in the pen. It's kinda valuable, I like a sneaker boy is to a nigga in the pen. It's a wonderful day in my motherfucking neighborhood. They got gangsters, pimps, and prostitutes. It's a wonderful day in my motherfucking neighborhood. Where the ghetto is so cold. It's a wonderful day in my motherfucking neighborhood. It's hard to say no lie. It's a wonderful day in my motherfucking neighborhood. Every day trying to struggle and survive.
Mary Mac, used to serve crack, kept gat in a sack in the backpack. Dime dubs, no Z's, then rock weed or ease. She had what you needed, but one day she cheated. Mary, quite contrary. The bitch took a hit and became strawberry. Spent her cheese, took her ease, smoked her dime dubs, no Z's. Pawned her bins, forgot about her kids. Got caught up, stuck with Seven. Lurking for a visit, a letter or something. Pride of life, no fears. Tears, strapped with shank like shears.
It's a wonderful day in my motherfucking neighborhood. They got gangsters, pimps, and prostitutes. It's a wonderful day in my motherfucking neighborhood. Where the ghetto is so cold. It's a wonderful day in my motherfucking neighborhood. It's hard to say no lie. It's a wonderful day in my motherfucking neighborhood. Every day trying to struggle and survive.
Yay! Big ups to Cocaine. I really appreciate him doing that. That was back in the day. I like that. And so that's the song when Badass came back. He was like, I know your whole verse. Because Snoop played that song everywhere we went when they were on, I believe it was the Last Meal tour. And so when I called Snoop, I'm like, I introduced myself. Hey, Snoop, I introduced myself. This is so-and-so. He said, what song? I started spit my song. Mary Mac. You kept that in a second. And right where I paused, I promise you, Snoop picked up my verse and spit the rest of the verse. We were on the phone like rapping the last 8 bars we probably was together. And to me, he seemed to be pretty honest. He told me at this time, he said, I don't even know what I'm going to do with the artists that I do have. He was like, you did that, you spit that, but I don't even know what I'm going to do with the artists that I do have. And so, me personally, I appreciate him being honest. I mean, back then, like I said, I haven't seen Snoop in a while. Back then, a couple of times I have came around him, Snoop just seemed to be a chill, cool type of dude. Listen to his music. Of course, y'all know smoke on his motata and that type of thing. Kokane has said what he said. That is his situation. I pray that Snoop and Coca can hash shit out. This internet is undefeated. However, Snoop Dogg said something recently on a podcast, and I love what he said. I really like Snoop because he said something else too on P. Nice's podcast, and I'll play that on another day. He seems to really be in a good space. I would love to get in his head and find out about these endorsements and partnerships, because he spoke about collaborations, and me having gone to school for business, just understanding things when it comes to business, collaborations are important. And I said this before on another episode. This is why a lot of people don't want to be around certain things, be around certain individuals, because when you have collaborations, when you have partnerships, when you have endorsements and things of that nature, it can cost you. I'll just use the Jaden Ivey situation as an example. All he did was speak his religious, I don't even want to say religious, his spiritual belief. He just stood in his faith, and look what happened. They're still going to pay him, but look what happened. So a lot of times brands, people, they don't want to be associated with certain things. I reached out to a good friend of mine when I first started doing the True Dialogue podcast. When I first started the podcast, and I talked to her about pilot sponsorship, and she said, I said, check it out. It's to see, she said, let me check it out to see if it's something I even want my brand associated with. And I respected that, because I had said to her, check it out to see if it's something you want your brand associated with. I haven't spoken with her since then, but she has watched the podcast. She did let me know that she does like it. We haven't followed. Hopefully I can get her on the podcast and interview her, but we haven't followed up in regard to the brand deal, or, the pilot sponsorship. But I think that it would be something, given her encouraging words, that she wouldn't mind her brand being associated with. So you got to understand, everybody, people are going to remove themselves. So me personally, like I said, I pray they find some type of resolve in this matter. Big ups to Snoop. Both of those gentlemen, in my opinion, cool dudes. Snoop is a great mentor. Snoop has done a lot of things for the community. And I'll say this, I don't think back then, Snoop Dogg was Snoop Dogg, and he came to San Gabriel Valley. He was doing some things in Pomona with the football team. They say he's responsible for like over 36 kids making it to the NFL, not just D1 colleges, but the NFL. I don't believe that people thought that Snoop would be this big way back then. He was big, but Snoop is the most popular rapper face in the music business as far as a rap artist. So you can kind of call him the face of rap. But at any rate, he said something on this podcast, and I love what he said, because I've said it before on my podcast. I say it all the time just in life. Let's check out what he said.
Most niggas that hate you love you, but they just don't know how to tell you.
That's crazy.
Confused admiration.
Nigga deal with that with the bots in the comments all the time.
Right. But it's like, why would you put your energy on 5 people that hate you, and you got 1,000 people over here telling you how good you're doing and they love you?
No, that's facts.
But see, that's what we do. Our attention goes immediately to what that nigga say.
And let me say this. I don't care if you got one person that love you. Don't focus on the 3, 4, 5 people hating on you. Focus on the one person that loves you, because the love of one person will generate so much positivity, it will outweigh the other 5. Let's continue.
Hey, thank you. My mind it used to go to Snoop, a bitch ass nigga, fuck Snoop. And I get in the nigga DM, nigga, what up, nigga? This Snoop Dogg, you hoe ass nigga, what's happening? Oh, I didn't mean that, Snoop Dogg. I didn't know it was really you. I was just saying. Exactly. So it went from that to me like, this early Instagram days when I used to jump in nigga wake up and see me in his Instagram like, nigga, you was commenting, I didn't really jump in your shit. You know what I love?
I love that. I really, really love that, because he's admitting he's taking accountability for his old ways. He's letting you know where he's changed. He's like, the interview was good. I wanted to give a shout out to, I believe that was the Viral Way. Let me bring it back up so I can see, because I want to make sure I give these podcasters a shout out. So shout out to the Viral Way podcast. Shout out to the Viral Way podcast. That was an interview that Snoop did with those gentlemen on the Viral Way podcast. I liked it. You guys go to YouTube, follow them on IG as well. I'm believing to interview Snoop. Shoot, I'm believing to work for Snoop. I'm going to put that in the atmosphere. Work with him. He has a network, a media network, Death Row, whatever it is. I'm going to put it in the atmosphere. I am believing that True Dialogue Podcast will interview Snoop Doggy Dogg. And we will join forces and have a collaboration in terms of doing some good business. I'm not too old to be mentored. I support those who support me, and I don't just support the people above me. I like supporting the people who are coming up with, and I don't consider nobody under me, because God is the only person that sits high, is qualified to sit high and look low. However, shout out to KOKANE and Big SNOOPDOGG. Well, you all, that will do it for us tonight. I want to thank you all for chiming in to the True Dialogue Podcast. I am your host, Queen SGV, Miss T, the Valley Girl, the triumphant one, Miss Triumphant. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube, True Dialogue. I'm on Kick, True Dialogue on Instagram, True Dialogue on Facebook, Miss Triumphant. On TikTok, Miss Triumphant. On Instagram, Facebook, True Dialogue. We're everywhere. We are everywhere. You are not. So don't meet me there. Beat me there. All right. Again, thank you all. I sincerely appreciate it. You see, I had a few kinks, but we ironed them out. You guys see the direction I'm going in. Branding is important. I'm learning and growing, and learning as I go, and going as I grow, or growing as I go. Whatever you want to say. Anyway, you all have a great evening. I am going to get out of here and relax my mind and let my conscience be free, because I really didn't get no sleep last night. See you all next time. Have a good one.
I love when you like, share, comment, and subscribe.